National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Dolphins and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. Here's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Back to throw. Goff. Across midfield. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Now Tua. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. Escapes the defender. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Goff now looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. 32 yards. And the Lions will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And I think we're all starting to wonder with this early deficit, what will that do to their play calling? Do they feel like they have to be more aggressive because they're throwing to start the drive here, but it winds up incomplete.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
3rd and 9 here.
Tua sets up to pass it.
Got a man, that's Leggett.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Tua on 4th down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. After the interception, here's Goff.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Goff now to throw. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Looking to pass. Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Tua going to throw. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
The slot man in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
A lot still to go here in Super Bowl 61. And we are back, Super Bowl 61. Thanks for joining us, everybody, nationwide and around the globe as both teams get set to begin the second quarter. HN not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Xavier Leggett
from 6 yards away.
And the Dolphins get a bit closer.
That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
And he's going to get in, so they're back within 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Gone. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now a 3rd and 6. Here's Tua. Got his man. It's Warren. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Achane on the counter. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49. They'll look to throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. Tua to throw again. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. On the handoff, it's Achane. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Dolphins are back within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Detroit getting set to go now. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on
for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Now gone. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On third down, here's Gibbs.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
Fielded just inside the 20. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Dolphin football.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will bring the deficit back down to 3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. The Lions got a very strong performance out of their quarterback, Jared Goff. He was slicing and dicing this defense and wound up with 3 touchdown passes in the first half. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Miami.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Well, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he... for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
Now the try here for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points.
Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
The second half starts with a run by Gibbs.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Goff.
That's complete to Laporta.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. To throw is Goff.
This to Laporta, right side.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's Goff.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Throwing again is Goff.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A toss out right to Gibbs.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind. Two yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Goff now looks to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now it's Goff.
There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions.
4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff.
And the Lions have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Dolphins offense returning to the field.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Jalen Waddle. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle, 81 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. I mean, he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jared Goff and the rest of the Lions offense set to go to work once more.
He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the ball looks bigger when it's approaching the plate and they're smacking it around. I think for him, the windows to throw into wide open. Doesn't matter whether they're tight or not. He feels like it's wide open, puts it in there. 4 touchdown passes. He thinks he's going to throw a whole lot more before this one's over.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Goff now looking to throw.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
This 2nd and 4.
Back to throw, Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Again, Goff.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Welcoming you back to Super Bowl 61. 3 quarters in the books and ready to go for the 4th. Now 2nd and 5. Welcoming you back to Super Bowl 61. 3 quarters in the books and ready to go for the 4th.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he takes this one in. Lions touchdown.
Sam Laporta
with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Seibert up and good, and that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. From the gun, it's Tua.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Achane.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick here is good. And the Dolphins have tied things up here in the fourth. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out, didn't force the field goal.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this fourth quarter.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Gone.
Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The offense on third down tonight, they've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Goff. And this is going to be intercepted.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Miami set to take over. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane.
his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Dolphins have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them... What a job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here's Goff and the Lions.
Down by 7, 2:08 on the clock. And they have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Now Goff.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Here's Goff.
He's got Atwell. That's complete.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Goff now to throw.
Open man is Atwell. Complete.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Goff. He's got it to Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Lions are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Setting up to be a finish for the ages here. All tied in the final minutes of the Super Bowl as the kick is away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines. But then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late.
Now Tua. Here's Achane.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Throwing Tua.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
Here's Tua. They'll run. Achane.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And his kick is right there. It's good. That might just have been the most pressure-filled kick in Super Bowl history, but he stepped up, knocked it through just like it was a Tuesday practice in July.
And if it's not the most pressure-filled, it's certainly right among them. A title on the line, and he comes through. Nails.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
Commissioner Goodell atop the podium, handing the Lombardi Trophy to the Miami Dolphins, champions of Super Bowl 61. So that wraps things up for another incredible season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for my partner, Charles Davis, for Mike and Greg, Kate and Brock, and our entire crew of hundreds, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Good night from Southern California.